welcome to the Union Splash and Swimplex. My name is Cassidy.
And I'm Little Cassidy.
Little Cassidy, and we're here to make a video about water safety and an introduction to swim lessons for your little one. Alright, so to get your child used to the water, you can have them sit down in a small pool or bathtub and have them play with the water regardless of how old they are. She's a little bit older, but you can do it with any age. You can have them play in the water, you can do splashing games to get them used to it, and then you can have them start to blow bubbles in the water like this. Once they're comfortable blowing bubbles, then you can start putting their nose in the water. Next, you can have them put their ear in and listen to the fishies. And you can do this on both sides to get them comfortable with the water. Next, you can have them put their head back and lay down and get comfortable. Once they're comfortable with the water, you can have them go deeper in the bathtub or deeper within the pool. See? And eventually you can have them put their whole faces underwater if they're comfortable. Ready? And then next, we will go even deeper. Come on. And they can do what's called a bob, which means they just hold their breath and blow out of their nose and go underwater. Ready? Alright, ready? To get your child more comfortable with the water, you can play a game called Motorboat. Ready? Motorboat, motorboat, go so slow. Motorboat, motorboat, go so fast. Motorboat, motorboat, runs out again. Alright, now we are going to demonstrate how to teach floating. So floating is the most important life-saving technique that you can teach your child at any age. If they get tired in water, they can always turn over and float on their backs and relax and gain back their strength so they can continue swimming to a safe designated area. So first, when you're teaching floating, you need to put your hands on their back and gently bring them back in the water, making sure not to put your hands below their belly button. Have them put their arms out and legs out like a starfish and relax and push their belly up to the sky and put their head back in the water, making sure that their ears are also back in the water. If you have a child under the age of 5 and they're not quite comfortable putting their head back, you can have them rest their head on your shoulder and just relax in the water. All right. If your child is having difficulties floating, you can have them bring their legs together and bend their knees, and this can help them keep their belly up and their head above water. Okay, it is very important to make sure that child does not play breath-holding games underwater that exceed 10 seconds. But you can practice floating on your belly and a tuck float, which we're going to demonstrate now. So while floating on your stomach, you're going to put your arms out and your legs out just like on your back, and you're going to put your face in and hold your breath. With your tuck float, you're going to hold onto your legs like a cannonball, and you're just going to float there and let your body come up towards the surface of the water with your face in. Ready? Not exceeding 10 seconds. Alright, anytime you have a child near or around water, in the water, you need to make sure that you have a U.S. Coast Guard approved life vest, and make sure that it's the appropriate size, and usually on the back it tells you the weight limit for that child. For this one, you put it over their head, put the strap around their body, buckle and make sure it's tight enough, You should be able to fit about 2 fingers behind so it's not too tight. And then this one has a strap up top, and then you tie that one. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Yep. And then you can swim. Okay, so when you have a life vest on, this is also a great way to introduce floating on your backs. It'll keep their head above water so they don't freak out, and it gets them comfortable. Good. All right. When they jump in with the life vest on, it's very important that they hold onto the life vest underneath their neck and pull it down so that it does not choke them. Got it? Good. Now we are going to introduce how to properly kick while swimming. So first, you can have your child sit in the water or on a ledge, put their legs out straight and point their toes, and then they're going to keep their knees straight and go up and down in the water. You can also play a game with them while they're on the wall called red light, green light. So when I say red light, you do stop. When I say green light, they do big kicks in the water and make some splashes. When I say yellow light, they'll do baby kicks. Ready? Green light, red light, yellow light. Good. Now we're going to introduce proper arm techniques while swimming. So most importantly, you're going to make sure you cup your hands so that you can scoop the water. Then ice cream scoops, and then you put your scoops out, arms straight, and then scoop one arm, scoop the water, bring your arm all the way up and over and back down. And then you can proceed with the other arm. Once they get comfortable with this, they can start putting their face in while they're doing their scoops. Ready? When practicing swimming, you can either use a noodle or floating device to help them swim. She's a little bit older, so she doesn't need that anymore. So she can start swimming in the water, and I can hold her hands. She can kick with her legs straight, blow bubbles, and then now she can start moving her arms and doing her scoops, making sure she bends her elbows as she goes. Good job. So it's very important anytime you're in the water to make sure that you're arm's length away from your child at all times. Anytime that you would turn your back, something could happen in an instant. It is also very important to teach your kids about water safety, because it can be the difference between life and death. It is important to teach your child not to jump in when they see anyone in distress in the water. Instead, you can teach them to throw, not go. So if Cassidy sees that I am having difficulty swimming, she can throw a life jacket or some kind of flotation device and call for help from an adult.
Hey, help!
It is very important to make sure when supervising your child that you are keeping your eyes on them at all times and not designating other children or young adults to keep an eye on your child while swimming.
Teach your kid, like, once they go down
It
the
is
slide.
very important when in shallow water not to dive. Diving is a very dangerous technique, especially when not in a designated area. So here the water is very shallow, so if one were to dive, they could cause themselves to have a neck injury or spinal injury, which could lead them paralyzed. It is also very important to make sure you go over the rules of the facility that you are at with your child. This depth of the water is 8 foot 6 inches. No one can touch in this water, and if your child is not a strong swimmer, they can drown very easily. So you need to make sure to tell them not to jump in certain areas of the pool. All right, Cass. So this would not be allowed for a child. Most children cannot swim during these depths. All right, now we're going to demonstrate how to properly enter the pool using a ladder. So first, here, I'm going to do it first and then you can do it, okay? So first you turn around, hold onto the ladder and take one step back and continue down, moving your arms down, one step at a time, not jumping off of the ladder. All right, Cassidy. Since she cannot touch here, it is very important that she has supervision at all times once getting off of the ladder, because if not, she would sink because she cannot touch. Ready? We highly recommend that children of any age participate in swimming lessons from a certified swimming instructor. Here at the Union Splash and Swimplex, we offer private swimming lessons and group swimming lessons for children of any age to learn the basics and then advance skills in the future. Thank you for watching our video. We hope that you learned something. Bye!